Hello everyone, it is I, Kanako the Squirrel, and we're going to be talking about a place close to my heart, a place that I grew up in, a place that has terrible weather. What the hell are you thinking, WWE? It's an open-air venue.
Whoops.
Okay, so Melbourne has a tradition of having insane weather to the point of you can be like, oh, it's a nice, lovely day. 10 minutes later, it's a downpour, and you're wishing you brought an umbrella.
Yikes.
Yeah. They
I hope
fucked
you...
up.
Luckily, WWE has booked it on the one day of the year that Melbourne should have decent weather.
Well, that's good.
We're talking about Super Showdown, by the way. I don't think we actually said the name of the thing.
Yes, we are. Now, there is a slight issue with the card, and it didn't get fixed today. And it could have got fixed today, but they didn't fix it.
Which one?
Now, let's look at the title matches we have. We have a singles match for the WWE Championship. We have the Universal Champion, the Raw Tag Team Champions, and the Intercontinental Champion all in one match. I can ignore that. They're at least on the pay-per-view. Yeah. We've got both women's champions on the card. We've got even the Cruiserweight Championship on the card. But where, oh where, is my United States Championship match?
I think they forgot that it exists.
No, well, they mentioned it on SmackDown today.
Yeah, but this is like that time when Cesaro was U.S. champion and, like, he didn't defend it for, like, 9 fucking months. He just forgot that he had it.
Or Dean Ambrose.
Now, here's the thing. What they could have really done, which could have been cool, is have our good friend and Shinsuke go, well, we're not in America, so I'm going to have an open challenge. Then you have a NXT guy come out. Sure, that NXT guy could get beat the hell down, but you could still have something like that happen.
Is there another Australian guy in NXT right now besides TM61?
I think there might be, but you could
isn't Fabian Eichner Australian?
No, he's Italian.
Oh.
He's Italian.
Wait, who was the Australian that was in the Cruiserweight Classic last year? 2 years ago.
I think that is one of the TM61 guys.
No,
or the Mighty.
Yeah.
As they're being called now.
I'm looking it up. Like, if y'all want to go ahead and start with the thing.
Okay, yeah, let's start off with not the title match that's on the Wikipedia page. Let's start with the women's tag match. Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics.
Oh, this feels like fluff.
Yeah, it's a shame. So what? So the odds of the Iconics winning in their home country are very, very slim.
Very slim.
It's not impossible though. Like they could pin Naomi. It's possible.
They could pin Asuka at this point.
Please don't. Oh, and to answer your question from earlier, it was Damian Slater.
Ah.
Yeah, and another guy.
He must have been like a first round out or something. I have no memory.
I think he was.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the members of a crew. So, little fact about the Australian wrestling scene: there is a group called the Mighty Don't Kneel.
Right, TM61.
No, it wasn't just TM61. They are the Australian equivalent of, like, the Bullet Club and such. Big faction of guys. One of them might be going to work with New Japan and the OGs.
Oh.
Big guy. Really cool. Got to hang out with him. So, yeah, there are guys you could bring up. You could, like, very much, like, have a guy signed to WWE. I'm trying to find the full NXT roster right now. I'm gonna... Oh, good, that's muted.
Okay.
I didn't... that was...
So
But
for this match, I'm gonna go on a limb and say the Iconics get the hometown win.
Ooh.
Because
I'm gonna say they win by a dirty means, but they still
yeah,
win.
sure. But
Yeah.
because it's like it's basically a house show. Like it's got a WrestleMania budget, but a lot of these matches are gonna be to make the crowd happy. And I think that the Australian crowd, seeing as how they are fairly smarky, will pop for Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, even if they aren't faces.
I think they'll pop for them when they come out, but they won't pop when they win.
Probably not.
I think they will.
No. Well, I'm saying Asuka and Naomi are going to take this one.
So,
Okay.
yeah, okay. Next match. We'll go back down to the bottom.
All right, next match is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch.
Becky's winning.
Better win.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, if they're going to do the title change, the quick title change, they're probably going to do it at Evolution, not here.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, I do think that they will swap the title back and forth a little bit, but I think Becky needs a good victory here. Charlotte can earn her way back into #1 contendership.
And it's not hard for WWE to book Charlotte getting another title shot. And
right.
Also, there is.
It would even feed into the story about how, like, oh, you keep giving Charlotte these opportunities. You didn't do that for me.
You didn't do that for many people, actually.
Exactly. So Becky would be like, there's story to be told. It's good.
Yeah, especially like just talking about what happened on SmackDown today. They made a sort of like custom poster for Becky Lynch, and because apparently she was not featured on the original Superstar Showdown poster.
That's dumb.
I am right now throwing to the editor, Bobby. I'm going to send you a picture later that has which is the poster that they've been using. Which one is it? The
one with all the
landscape,
people on it.
The landscape photo,
right?
With all the people on it, with red X's through all the people who aren't appearing on the card whatsoever.
It's like half the people.
It's a total of 9 people. And then that's not including the people who are on the card, but not on the poster. It'd make sense if you had, like, everyone who is appearing on the card on the poster. That'd be fine. I'd be able to look over that. That'd be a shit poster, because I don't like posters that have everyone on it. I like those old classic Attitude Era where it was, like, The Undertaker in a graveyard and such, that kind of thing. Because those posters were cool.
This is not. Yeah.
It's boring.
So yeah, I think
the thing. The Becky Lynch poster that they showed off, that looks really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That looks like it looks better than what we have.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, I believe we're all going Becky here because it's the smart choice.
Wait, then why are we all going with Becky?
I'm all in on
Shit,
Becky.
I immediately regret this. But I'm still going with Becky.
Yeah.
All right, next match. Gotta go.
For the SmackDown. Okay, for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, it's the New Day versus R. So this is probably going to be a very good match.
Yeah, definitely.
All 4 people who will be in this match are very good.
Yes.
New Day are going to win because
pancakes.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, like, it's a feel-good win. Like, they're not going to... I don't think they're going to change that title. But also, it's like... like, Sheamus really shouldn't still be wrestling if he's got a bad case of the necks.
I think this should... I think this could be a good last match for them to do for Sheamus. And then what you can do is Sheamus say, like, next Raw or no, wait, not
Next
Raw, next
SmackDown.
SmackDown, say, okay, I can't wrestle anymore, mate, but I've got I went looking around and I found you a tag team partner to replace me,
Cassius Ohno.
to keep the bar going. And yes, yes, you knew where I was going. God damn it!
Come on, you've been
Like-
saying that for like the longest time. That Cassius Ohno.
I want it to happen because they're a good tag team and they're really good in the ring.
And Cesaro popped up at an NXT show and helped Cassius out.
Because it was his 25th. Because so recently at a NXT house show, Cesaro came and saved Cassius Ohno from a beatdown from Adam Cole, baby. And that was because it was Ohno, Chris Hero's 20th anniversary of wrestling.
Ooh.
Ah, that's nice.
He's been wrestling for a long time.
He's an older fella. Have him replace the current older fella.
Yes, the older fella that doesn't have the neck issues.
Yeah. Fella.
So,
Okay.
yeah, New Day wins. Maybe if you really want to set up a thing for Sanity fighting them, but you could also do that on SmackDown next week.
Yeah.
I would just like to.
I want my...
Speaking of Sheamus, I'd just like to point out for all of our American viewers, those cricket ads where he swaps facial hair with the yellow fuzzy thing, that's freaking creepy.
Terrifying. Why are they doing that?
I don't know. Like WWE has, it's like one of the sponsors. Like
they're hit and miss with their ads.
Yeah, like the one for the batteries with Dean Ambrose and Mojo Rawley. That was pretty funny. I like that one. But
yeah, like some of their wrestling, like some of their ads, really funny, really good.
Mhm.
Also, some of them are like, okay, that's not that good, and then there's the very rare ones where you're like, okay, that could have been really good if you used blank.
right.
Yes.
One more question about Sheamus, before we move on to another thing. Is he a Hall of Fame headliner?
Sheamus?
Yes.
Possibly, most likely not.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a slow year.
Right. With all the people that still haven't gotten in, like Owen and Mr. Perfect and all them, like...
No, Mr. Perfect's in.
Oh, he got in? Oh.
Yeah, 2003.
No.
No. Wait, no.
Yeah.
He died in 2003. He got in 2005 or 2006.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure that...
Because that was like the first class.
No, Kurt Hennig, I'm fairly certain got in.
I'm already Googling it.
Okay, thank you. But yeah, like he would make a good second person, I guess. Because he's like a four-time world champion. Like,
Yep.
has held every title.
Yep.
Might as well.
Hit the cycle. Sorry.
Actually, no, he's never held the... I don't think he's ever held the Intercontinental title.
He almost did.
Yeah.
But in the worst Elimination Chamber match of all time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember I was going to make a video called, all the wrestlers who are one title away from the modern Grand Slam. And Sheamus was on there, and surprise, surprise, he never won the IC title.
It was 2007.
2007, okay.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he kind of got overshadowed because he went in with Dusty
Bobby
and
Heenan.
Jerry and the Sheik, Jim Ross, Mr. Funaki, the Wild Samoans.
You mean Mr. Fuji?
Yeah, Mr. Fuji.
You said Mr. Funaki.
No, I said Mr. Fuji.
No, you said
You
Funaki.
did not.
You said Funaki.
Well, he is SmackDown's #1 announcer.
Indeed. Wait.
Anyways,
Yes.
moving on. Next match is for... Next match is for the Cruiserweight title. Cedric Alexander will be defending against Buddy Murphy.
Wait a second. They have a fucking Cruiserweight title?
Yes, they do. 205 Not So Live.
You know what? Good on them for actually finally moving it to before,
Yeah.
SmackDown, because it's like Okay, back in the day,
Wait.
in WCW, what would they always start off with to get the crowd super excited?
Cruiserweights.
A cruiserweight.
Cruiserweights!
Yes,
know-
because they're high energy and such. Get them
Yes.
excited. That's what you do.
Yes, that's what you would do if you were smart and not dumb.
That's kind of why I don't mind the Cruiserweight Championship being on the pre-show a lot, because it's a good way to get the crowd hyped.
Yeah, that's fair.
And usually it's one of the better matches on the card.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't appear like this is going to be on the pre-show of this show.
There is no pre-show.
Yeah, well, there's no matches on the pre-show.
And it's 5 hours bloody long. What the hell?
Well, I hope you're ready for 20 minutes of the Iconics versus Asuka and Naomi.
Oh God, oh no. So
or 20 minutes of the Bella Twins.
No.
Okay, back to this match. I think we can all agree this might be the only title change of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the Aussie for the feel good. Oh, the Australian one! Yay!
The only Australian to win. I'm gonna say.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we are in agreement here.
Yes.
Cedric has held the title for a good long time. He went undefeated for a stupid long time. Like,
and now we can do some good heel versus face matches.
Yep.
Yeah, we can get Mustafa back in the title hunt.
Okay.
Everything is great.
Okay. Before we move on, if Buddy Murphy wins, is he contender, or at least in the top or at least in the running for most improved wrestler?
When did hang on, the tournament, like, he got called up in what, February?
Not that, I think earlier than that. Not earlier than that.
I think they announced the Cruiserweight tournament at the Royal Rumble. And then, yeah. Okay, so he got called up this year. And before that, he was doing nothing on NXT TV. So, yes.
He was injured.
For the whole time, ever since Blake and Murphy broke up?
He was partly injured during that time, and it did take him a while to get back in the ring.
Because I do remember he did one match. Ironically enough, it was also in Australia, and it was Dillinger and him versus someone and someone.
Bobby Roode and Elias.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm looking at his I'm looking at his wiki page.
Okay, so he did some wrestling.
Okay.
So yeah, I would put him right at the top of the running for most improved.
Alrighty.
Because nobody like when he got called up, I didn't think he was like this good. Like pulling out great matches every time he's with Cedric or Mustafa or Kalisto.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shit's great. Yeah, sure.
All right. I'll make sure that he's in the top running / current leader. All right, next match on the card.
All right, next match is somebody do it. All right, now here we go. Next match: AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. No countouts, no disqualifications, with the WWE title on the line.
AJ Styles is gonna rip off Samoa Joe's head.
So
it's gonna be.
I agree with you. I have an issue with WWE's booking. The sole thing I don't like about WWE right now is okay. The sole thing is the writing staff, which bleeds into so many other issues.
There's other problems, but go on.
So the issue with this feud is quite simple. Joe is doing all this stuff, and the big issue is Joe isn't gonna Joe is going to look stupid afterwards.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, This is a no count out, no disqualification match, which should lean in favor of the heel every time.
Except in this case, like when it gets as personal and angry as this, like AJ Styles is gonna go fucking ham on Samoa Joe to the
But
point
then
where
we're just rehashing what happened last month.
well, yeah, but this time he like beats the piss out of him with a chair or something, and he actually pins him, which is something that you can do if you beat somebody with a chair hard enough. Like, here's what I'm thinking. I'm still of the belief that AJ Styles is holding the title till Mania, which is not looking that far-fetched at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He holds the title till Mania, drops it to Cena there, and then Cena drops it to Joe. I have no issues with this.
I have issues with Cena being the champion at this point.
It's gonna happen at least once.
Yeah.
You might as well do it with some really, really, really high stakes moment.
Here's the other issue with that, because that's at least decent booking.
Mm-hmm.
From WWE though.
They can pull it off. Like
they've been doing this Becky and Charlotte thing pretty well.
Hell yeah! If they do something like, I would say, longest run, like if they continue on this path, like they say, oh, I'm gonna be the guy to break Brock Lesnar's streak as the longest reigning top
World
champion. Champion, and all along comes Cena is like, no, I'm here to break Ric Flair's quote unquote Ric Flair's record in quotations, for to get a 17th World Championship title.
Right.
Yeah, it's those stakes that would gain a lot more momentum going into this match, and the fact that it also be at MetLife, where I think was one of the last times Cena won the belts.
Yeah, from The Rock.
Yep.
Mania 29. I would add into it. Have this not be the first time they meet up. Have them fight at the Royal Rumble. All right? Because Cena took the belt off of Styles at the Rumble, if you'll recall, 2 years ago. So they fight at the Rumble. Styles wins there. They fight at Fastlane or whatever the fuck. Styles wins there too. And then you could have the match at Mania be title versus career.
That could be interesting. I mean, Cena has been. Again, I like the title versus career matches. They're always good.
I don't like those kinds of matches. I really don't.
Aww. Yeah, well.
But anyway,
it's an idea.
Yeah. But anyway, I do believe that Styles will beat the ever-living piss out of Samoa Joe at Superstar Showdown.
Yeah.
Kanako, what's your pick?
I already stated that I think we all agree that AJ Styles is winning here.
Alright.
I thought I already said that.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah.
Next. Okay, time to grab your vomit bags.
Next match is a 6-woman tag team match. The Bella Twins and Ronda Rousey versus the Riot Squad.
There are 5 decent wrestlers in this match. And then there's Brie.
The first time when she messed up that suicide dive, it was just like, okay. Like, it's just a little ring rush. She'll knock it off.
Like, that first one, I could understand as a slight mistiming by the two superstars.
Yeah, it's a suicide dive. Those are tricky. Then,
well, no, that first suicide dive was one of those ones where, you know, when you don't really dive and someone smashes you in the face. That's what it was supposed to be.
Timing was
but they're
massively mistimed.
Yeah, there's timing that you got to do with that. It's forgivable. All right.
Yeah,
Then
like, I looked past that one. I was like, oh, okay, that's a slight botch. I
Yeah.
could see that happening. She's a bit rusty.
Right.
Next one.
Then she nearly fucking took off Selena Vega's head during the Bryan Andrade match.
Yeah.
That wasn't great. Then, how do you fuck up yes kicks? I could do yes kicks.
Actually, you missed two others.
I'm not shocked.
That terrible roll-up attempt between her and Maurice. God, that was awful.
Sure.
And the second suicide dive, where she got no distance, and the other two were in perfect position to catch her if she was ever going to make any distance.
I did not watch the Brie Maurice match out of sheer principle.
No,
But
it was
yes.
the tag team match, her and Bryan versus Maurice and Miz.
At the pay-per-view? Oh, yeah.
At the pay-per-view. That was really bad.
But yes, I have never stepped foot in the ring. I am not in shape. I could do fucking yes kicks. I can say that with confidence.
I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, which I got at 9. I have not practiced karate, and even I can do yes kicks.
I'm training to be a wrestler. I know how. It's not that hard to do yes kicks because they're just basic. They're basic side kicks. I also used to do karate. They're basic fucking side kicks.
And
if you fuck them up, you shouldn't be in the ring.
This lady comes along and boots Liv Morgan in the head twice.
Now, the first one I have issue with. The second one I could understand happening because you're in the motions, and there isn't that much time to, like, pull off the trigger once you've started launching those quicker, successive ones.
If you kick someone in the goddamn head, maybe you should think, the next one should go lower.
Although I think when Liv, what happened was,
she got knocked out and she slumped. Go way lower.
But no. What ended up happening on the second kick? I think when she did end up like concussing Liv Morgan on the first one, Liv was starting to pass out, and then she leaned forward, and that was the result of the second.
So here's what happened, because I'm fairly versed in wrestling, and I'm very versed when it comes to MMA. I've worked with people. One of the people I'm training with, he's helping me with submission stuff, is an actual black belt and a person who does local MMA.
I know Fedor Emelianenko. I don't know if you knew that.
I asked him, I showed him, and he said, oh yeah, what happened was that the first few kicks rocked her back and stunned her, and then she couldn't protect herself on that one that actually hit her. And that first kick that really hits her in the head, that knocked her out. That was right on the button. That was right on the tip of the chin. That's where you want to hit someone if you want to knock them out. Because that rattles you. She starts leaning forward, and where that second kick would have gone would have been, if she was standing up straight, taking those properly, would have been right in the chest. But she leaned forward, and that one cleaned her out. My issue with the whole incident isn't actually with either of the women. It is with the referee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Props to Liv Morgan for trying to get back into the match, but get the fuck out of the match.
Honestly, I can understand that happening because when you wrestle for long enough, you get into autopilot.
That would be a moment where you go to commercial break, throw up the X's. Like, something is wrong, get down here.
I wouldn't have done that. I would have thrown the moment I saw her starting to slump like that, I would have, and I have refereed before, I would have dove in the way. Like, the moment she's on the ground, that second kick is going to hit no matter what. I would have dove down, checked on her immediately, And here's the thing. I think WWE need to do something with their referees that might disqualify certain referees from having a job anymore. But that's on them if they can't learn this. They need to teach their referees first aid.
That would be. I have to think they already do.
Mm-hmm.
Like at
You'd
least
think that.
at least at the WWE level.
Well, whenever someone bleeds, they always have to put on gloves.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that. Like, I'm more talking about like, okay, what to do if someone looks to be hurt, like legitimately hurt. Have emergency situations. If this happened, and that referee went, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna just stop the match," because you can, if you have a good writing staff, you can on the next week write that into your story, because that's the thing with wrestling. It's an evolving story from week to week based upon the reactions of the crowd and situations that happen in the ring that are out of your control.
Good example, Old Day. That shit was awful. Next day, psych, we erased that footage.
Yeah, and even Gallows and Anderson were like, you know what? Maybe we should get back to what we're good at.
Beating up John
They
Cena.
literally made a joke of that segment. They used that segment that went over like a wet fart.
Another good example is the Bailey "This Is Your Life."
Ugh.
Like afterwards, like Kurt Angle was like, Alexa, that was one of the worst segments in Raw history. You aren't getting free reign like that anymore.
Another good example, Roman Reigns getting suspended.
Yeah.
Yes. So the reason we're talking about all this stuff is because this match is gonna be bad.
Yeah, we're kind of piling on about the setups for all of this because we're not too interested in the match. Like Ronda's great, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki's fine. And the Riot Squad, especially Ruby, is really good. But
yeah, like here's the thing with each one of them. Like for me, Liv Morgan has always been the weakest link of the three, but she's the weakest link of Sarah Logan, a great wrestler, Ruby Riott, an amazing wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
She it's like saying, it's like saying, how to put it, it's like saying Nick Jackson is the weak link of the Golden Elite.
Sure. Like, her ceiling is Carmella right now. And Carmella was just women's champion for like 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Liv Morgan being a women's champion at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Even if she's a heel champion just to put over a babyface later down the line.
Mm-hmm. A transitional champion.
Yes.
That is her ceiling. And that's pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
For the women's division, that's really good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I personally think there should be a tag team match instead. Make sure Liv is safe and not wrestling with a concussion. Have her be at ringside. Put Brie on the sideline and don't have her wrestle again until she works off that rust. Like, send her to the Performance Center.
If you want to do the Ronda Rousey versus Brie Bella at Evolution, just have Brie Bella be the reason they lose the tag match.
Ooh.
Right.
So wait,
do you mean
I'm picking
versus Nikki?
But yeah, Ronda versus Nikki. Like, yeah,
okay.
You have the Bella twins be the reason the team loses the match, which is what I think is going to fucking happen, and that's why I'm picking the Riot Squad to win.
Oh,
neat.
Riot Squad are winning this because this is set up for Evolution.
Okay, I didn't think about that.
Yes.
Well, I'm still picking Ronda's group because Ronda needs to tap some bitch out.
See, Ronda can do that to either Nikki or Brie, and that will make everyone happy.
I pop. I would pop for that.
Uh-huh.
I'm not the happiest about Brie/Nikki getting a title shot in the year 2018.
Plus, this would
But
mean that Ruby would be in line.
So I'm the only one taking Ronda's group.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
freaking genius.
Anywho.
Enjoy that point.
The next match is The Shield versus the Dogs of War.
I don't
That's
think
an
they ever
alright
gave
name.
him a name.
That's what their name was going to be, but I think everyone realized after the first week of saying it, no, that's a stupid name. So it's just Braun, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. Dolph
Mhm.
Ziggler's getting pinned.
Oh, yeah. This is the lock of the night. The Shield is not going to lose.
So
Like I know they've been teasing Dean's dissension, but it's not happening here.
oh no, it's gonna happen. I think it might happen. A good place to throw it actually might be the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or Survivor Series.
Survivor Series
I
is
don't-
also a good.
I don't think they'll do anything at Crown Jewel because,
That's the same thing as this. It's a glorified house show. Like
Yes.
like house show results with WrestleMania budget.
but we go as long as it's not as boring as Greatest Royal Rumble, I'll be fine.
That's a low
So,
bar.
Yeah, that's a very low bar. So I do think though Dolph's gonna be pinned here, and the lead up to Survivor Series, because I think that's the next pay-per-view after Crown Jewels.
Yep.
For the guys, yeah.
For that I'm saying
In general,
Evolution is I'm saying in general because Evolution is kind of its own thing. It's its
Sure.
own nebulous pay-per-view because
It's gonna be what the women are focused on while everybody else is focused on on Crown Jewel because they can't show up to the fucking Crown Jewel.
I know. So
Like
I
a
think the
bunch of
story
assholes.
I think the story that they might be building is either Dolph or Drew joining the Shield.
I don't like it.
Because the coming on Raw is Drew realizing, oh, me being with Dolph is holding me back.
Well,
Mhm.
unfortunately, we haven't seen any sign of that yet.
Yes, we have.
Oh, we have?
The past week on Raw was all about Dean possibly turning on Roman and Seth, and Drew realizing that Dolph might be the weak link of like the group, because
Really,
Braun goes,
Dolph might be the weak link between Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, and Dolph Ziggler.
yes.
They're-
So Braun says basically Braun went something along the lines of, okay, if we stick together and work really well, and he's saying this to Drew, we shouldn't lose. As long as, and then he just looks like he does the whole looks over at Dolph and says, right, and then Drew looked at Dolph, and then Dolph was like, just Dolph looking at them both worried. Just, mwah, mwah. Storytelling through non-verbal by verbal and physical means is beautiful. That's what this feud has had in abundance. It's a really good feud, but it's a lock of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just kind of wish some title was on the line.
Same.
Like normally not.
All the Raw titles are tangled up in six-man / woman matches, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
In the past two matches that we've just talked about, all the Raw titles are on this.
Yep. That's not great. Because it's like how cool would this match be if it were a winner take all?
I would be for that.
I would be fine with that, but it would also kind of undercut the whole Dean not having a thing story they're going with at the moment.
Yeah, and all he's got is that would also mean that's okay, hang on. No, it wouldn't. Because it'd be like Roman has the Universal title. Seth has both the IC title and the tag titles, and all Dean has is a tag title. That is
Yes.
a notable step down.
Huh.
That's why I didn't like the fact that Seth had the belt when he like when Dean came back, because then I was like, oh, I would have much rather have had Seth and Rollins Seth and Dean have their tag team belts together, so then you can have Roman, who's the main focus of this thing, with the world title, and the other two with the tag belts. And then you'd be able to have the IC title floating around somewhere else, getting used.
Maybe you could actually do things with Bobby Roode instead of jobbing them out to the motherfucking Ascension.
So anyway, I'm taking the Shield.
Oh yeah, shit.
Shield.
Yeah, lock of the night.
Okay, next match.
If we were doing confidence points, I would put 10 confidence points in this match.
Okay, next match for is a #1 contenders match for the WWE.
God, we haven't had one of these matches.
Yeah, we haven't.
God,
had
we
this
haven't had.
We haven't had this in a while. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz.
Since
a
like
#1 contenders match. Yeah.
On a pay-per-view. Like the last time I remember this was like Hardy versus Triple H.
I know.
At fuck, it was a long time ago.
I want to. Well,
even just having a #1 contenders match is so foreign.
Not Survivor Series.
Nowadays.
What was the
Armageddon?
No, Armageddon was where he won.
Right.
It was what was it? Breaking Point?
Maybe. I'm looking it up.
It's gonna be really hard to look up.
No, it's not. Just put Triple H versus Jeff Hardy #1 contenders match.
Okay. Anyway.
Entertain the humans.
Anyway, while that's being looked up, so there's one of two ways they could go with this, because this directly kind of ties into the Samoa Joe AJ Styles match. Because if AJ wins, there's one of two matches we're gonna get. We're either gonna get an amazing face versus face match with him versus Daniel Bryan, which is going to get interfered by The Miz. Or we're going to get The Miz versus AJ, and AJ is going to beat The Miz.
Either way, both of them are definitely deserving to be in that main title picture.
Oh yeah, like this is a clear #1 contenders match. Now, the outside choice is the crazy choice, which could be really cool to have, is Samoa Joe as your heel champion versus Daniel Bryan, your face challenger, and having The Miz fuck Daniel Bryan over.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what the outcome, whether it's AJ Styles or Samoa Joe who's champion at the end of the night, or whether it's Daniel Bryan or The Miz is as the #1 contender at the end of the night, we're getting a fucking stellar 5-star possible match.
Oh
yeah.
If WWE lets it happen.
All right, I found the answer. It actually was Armageddon. 2007.
2000. Okay.
Yeah, and it was setting up for a match for the WWE title at the Royal Rumble.
Right, Hardy Orton.
We've been talking about 2007 a lot this episode.
Neat.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm picking Daniel Bryan. This Miz versus Bryan feud isn't ending tonight.
Hashtag mood.
I'm in the mood to slap you.
Can't say I blame you. I will be also taking Daniel Bryan, but I think somewhere between now and when this match happens, probably at SmackDown 1000, they are going to insert The Miz into it and make it a triple threat.
Okay. I will also be taking Daniel Bryan. This is a good checkpoint on the 8-year feud, soon to be 9-year feud, with Daniel and Miz. This would be a good stopping off point to have Daniel get a win on the Miz.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not. I'm thinking this feud's probably going to end either at Survivor Series or towards WrestleMania with one of them as champion. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I think Bryan's gonna win this and just put the feud on hold for now. So go D-Bry.
Okay.
Okay, next match. Okay, we have
Just to make sure, Kanako, which one did you say?
D-Bry, I think.
Okay, good.
D-Bry. Yeah.
Making sure.
Okay, next match.
Your
Elias...
piss break before the final match, probably.
Probably. Elias and Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley and someone who has not been on SmackDown or on television for that matter in the longest time, John Cena.
God, the heat Elias got last week.
That was beautiful.
I missed it. I fell asleep.
Okay, for those who haven't seen it, Elias and Kevin are in the ring. There is no lights on, just a spotlight on them. And Elias says something to the effect of, "It doesn't make any sense. It's like having a basketball team in Seattle."
Oh.
Now,
And
Oklahoma City, that makes sense.
If you're a basketball fan of any kind, believe me, there's a lot in Seattle. Yeah, for those who don't know that story, so back in 2009, the Seattle Supersonics were up and stolen out of town by Oklahoma City. They were bought by this guy, and the guy said, "No, we're totally gonna stay in Seattle." Blah 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 blah. He's out of there. He's going to Oklahoma City.
They are now the Oklahoma Thunder.
Oklahoma City Thunder, and they are a perennial playoff team.
Yep.
And Seattleians are a bit salty.
A bit.
A bit.
Like
a bit.
That they're considered the 12th person on the entire Seattle Seahawks team.
A bit. And after he said that, Elias just sat there for a good minute and didn't say anything and just soaked in the booze. The booze didn't stop. Kevin Owens kept trying to talk. Leo Rush came out. It didn't matter. They were booing. That was their goal for the night. Just boo for 6 minutes.
So this is what happened. They booed for about 6-7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
WWE brought the house lights up to show the booing.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens was shouting, and Elias were both shouting on their mics, saying, "We can't say anything. Ink. We can't even hear ourselves." Leo Rush comes out, and basically what happened, and at that point, when he came out, and when Bobby Lashley came out, the sound Seattle basically had said "fuck you" to this match and shut the hell up and didn't care. Which is the one issue I have with the segment, because it didn't transfer any heat from that negative heat into the really good positive heat that you want on your faces. It didn't do that.
To be fair, it's really hard to get Bobby Lashley cheered. And to also be fair, that basically took this feud from being completely irrelevant to being at least kind of interesting for that one thing.
Here's the thing, though. When we get to Melbourne ain't gonna give a shit about Seattle.
Nope.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna come up again. The Seattle thing was a one-time thing, obviously, but they should have done what they should have done is had them be interrupted by Cena. Would have been nice for him to show up in the build to this match.
Yep.
And actually do something.
Yeah. But no. Instead we've got Bobby Lashley and his mini-me.
I want Cena to retire.
I don't care either way.
I want Cena to retire. I want money to stop going to him from WWE so they can spend it on something else. Oh, I don't know, like
Pyro?
hire...
Roman Reigns. Got it.
No, I've got a better idea. The salary you give to John Cena, you put some of that money into signing the Bullet Club.
I was gonna say put it into the Pyro.
Yeah. So yeah, Cena wins.
Cena
Law.
wins law.
Yeah.
All right.
See, yeah.
Okay. One more match.
Mercifully, we are now at the end.
I despise this match.
Unmercifully, we're talking about this. The
I
Undertaker
despise it.
with Kane in his corner versus Triple H with Shawn Michaels in his corner.
I despise this on a fundamental and spiritual level.
So, what is what is the Undertaker's end game?
Retirement?
No, it is not retirement. We have seen him try to retire at Mania 33. They never said the word retirement, but it was pretty fucking obvious that that was supposed to be a retirement match. Then he comes back, squashes Cena, squashes Rusev for some reason, and now he's just showing up at these random, like, side events. Like, what the fuck is he trying to do? Like, does he just need money? Is he broke? Like,
I don't know.
this is stupid.
So, want to know why I have a vehement hate for this match?
Besides all the obvious reasons.
I went to WrestleMania 26. I watched the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels retirement match.
Yep.
That's probably where we're heading.
I have a vehement hate for this match because, like, it was the one match where people actually, where the person who lost actually retired. Sure, they came back for... Well, yeah, but he didn't have a match. He didn't have a retirement match. He just retired.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels had a great match. After all, it was so good because of the retirement stuff they did with him and Triple H and that. And now, for me, that good feeling I have is all gone.
See, this right here, if they're actually going to go through with what I think they are going to do at Crown Jewel, that is like reason number 12 or something why I'm not going to fucking watch Crown Jewel. Like, I have no interest in watching Crown Jewel. It's going to be a piece of shit.
I'm watching it, and I'm making it a fucking drinking game because that country is a dry country, and you're not allowed to.
That's hilarious, but I'm, like, just out of principle, I refuse to watch Crown Jewel. I am boycotting that. Fuck them. Fuck them and their stupid king. Anyway, so Triple H is taking the pin. Undertaker wins. Yay.
Triple H is going to win because lol, Triple H always wins. And also, you need to actually have a reason for why. Like, you need more reason to have the Shawn Michaels come out of retirement, and that might be a good way of doing it. I don't know. I don't care.
No.
Like, literally...
I fell for the Triple H thing at Greatest Royal Rumble, and I forgot that, like, it's a house show.
Yep.
Undertaker wins.
I think we all agree that, like, WWE is hurting themselves with this show and with the
Crown
Crown Jewel / Greatest Royal Rumble, because if you're billing these as pay-per-views, you have to treat them as pay-per-views.
Yes. Like, and it'd be one thing if WWE was strapped for cash and the Saudi government was just like, oh, we're gonna help bail you out. Put on this gigantic show and we'll give you like $1 billion gazillion. Like,
They're
I'd
getting
understand
a
that.
lot of money for this, for the...
They are getting They are getting a lot of money for this. You know who else they're getting a lot of money from? Fox.
Yes.
About $1 billion worth. Like, they are not struggling financially like they were in 2014 when they launched the network. They are doing well for themselves. The only reason they're doing this is so that Vince McMahon can build a vault to swim in his money. That's all he's doing it for.
I prefer Scrooge McDuck.
Okay, I'm just going to put something out there. Let's see. So they're getting $45 million per year over the next 10 years.
From who?
From the Saudi government.
Mm-hmm.
For doing these shows.
Okay.
That's a lot of money.
Good for them.
That's over 10 years. That'd be 400. That almost, yeah, that's almost $500 million.
If they're gonna put that much money into it, they can fucking treat it like that. And they could also put together a few ground rules, like, oh, I don't know, have the fucking women compete.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Even if they had to wear, like,
some evolution you got going. I'm not pleased.
Anyway, I'm taking Taker.
I think that's all of us. I think, like, you guys picked Taker, I've picked Triple H. That's your pay-per-view.
Yay.
Yeah, this is gonna be
It hurts seeing that was a pay-per-view. It really does.
Wake me up when Evolution happens so that we can talk about something substantive.
Hopefully.
Or you know, you could just go, fuck that event and wait 2 days and watch King of Pro Wrestling from New Japan.
Or Bound for
I'm serious, that's going to be a really good show.
Or wait for Bound for Glory for TNA.
Yes, it is another good show that's coming soon.
Yeah, TNA's putting together some good stuff on the reg.
Yes, like, if you want good wrestling that's got decent storylines and such, I'm going to be honest, WWE isn't the place for you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
If you want wrestling in your wrestling show, somehow watch Lucha Underground.
I seriously need to catch up. I am so far behind on that show.
And I'm going to end this show on a bombshell. I am more ahead on Lucha Underground than Nikki.
Well, you're doing the, I guess that means you're doing the power rankings now. Enjoy.
Fuck you, you're doing them with me.
Okay. I'll catch up on them and, like, do them.
It's good wrestling. Really good.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.